and gentlemen, you might wonder why a poet like me is hanging out with these bunch. You might wonder. It is a question that you will never be able to answer, even in 100 years. Anyway, I shall read 2 poems. I shall read for you 2 poems tonight. Jesse, do not. This act is a necessity. Scientist, athlete, or bogan, something we're good at equally. In the Department of Humanities, doing your PhD thesis on Lucifer's embodiment of the 7 sins. Why talk about theory when there's hellish ample opportunity to practice devilish debauchery? Yeah. Anything sweet, new age den, or depravity. There's no windows and the doors are locked. Just the 2 of us. Me and you. Let's do it now. No one will know. Get started beneath the desk after I finish this scene on Final Cut Pro. How about a round at the races? I don't care if I don't win the Melbourne Cup. A stallion and a mare. Forget the winner's prize. Let's bump on the railings instead. In the dead of night, let's break into Subi Ovals. Blades of grass down here. The Greeks loved it. Why be a disciple of Apollo when you can prostrate to Dionysius and be drunken with wine, grabbing buttocks of thine? The Egyptians loved it. The Pharaoh Ramses with his daughters begot many brats and he outlived them all. The Norse loved it. The snowy storm they brew when Freya recovered Mjolnir, hammer of Thor. In Parliament, a few oohs and ahs won't decide the carbon tax, despite the virility of our politicians is hard yakka. Tony Abbott with daughters you could take out for a leisurely stroll. Julia Gillard and her hairdresser come real estate agent boyfriend. Watch sparks fly above the Kirribilli. Yeah. But let's do it at a boardroom meeting. Our proposed collaboration might lead us to higher profits and the penthouse level office. And of course, think of the dividends. What do you say? Come on, admit it. It's a fine business plan. And I don't think I can match Shakespeare in a battle of the sonnets, but maybe I'll go toe-toe and tango in a boudoir battle royale. They'll teach Tybalt not to mess with Romeo's sword. This act is a necessity. Make it a cataclysm, so to speak. Where else do you want to do it? I'm a really busy body. So you know what I want.
A round of applause! Everyone take photos!
No policy on uploading photos, videos, on Facebook.
Straight to YouTube!
Oh my fucking god. I will sue if that happens. Unfortunately, I'm not a legal team.
I'll see you in court!
Go on, Clayton.
The next one is titled simply, History, in brackets, with a serving of alcohol. May everyone please shut the fuck up. Preamble. Ever since the Cro-Magnon man became the Neanderthal, his first thought was not the thrill of the hunt nor that woolly mammoth about to gore his ass, but for he and his kid to get intoxicated till Ice Age comes. And most of all, they passed down this gene to the Homo sapien. In ancient Greece, they made a god out of it, Dionysius if I recall his name. Oh man, the parties they had, and the orgies and the standers standing around with erections on their dicks. In the land of the Sumerians, some mad cunts decided to mix hops, barley and malt, and who would have thought this school of alchemy would be so important in man's quest to get smashed. The kings in the feudal times so portly and stout, that throne surely ain't gonna support his crack. And the plumpness of Henry VIII was not entirely due to his gluttony, neither all the 8 beheaded wives or royal decrees written while sober. pretty much still the same in Renaissance time. One Marco Polo stumbled out of an inn, told his mates and passers-by how he went to China and met Kublai Khan, and every Italian knew the secret to Da Vinci's masterpiece and the reason why Michelangelo did the Sistine Chapel on his back, and the tool that Casanova used to become the Duke of the Sack. The pilgrims from Boston in their fleet of galleons, the stores of the hull below, were mostly barrels containing a certain substance. In newly christened Atlantic Ocean, did they let go and have a sip, as everyone would soon come to know. Once it touches the tips of the tongue, this sesh would not stop even with the watchful gaze of the vengeful Lord above. And they wake up from this completely hungover in the shores of a new land. And in a drunken place, they named her America. And by 1770-something, the motion of taxation without representation was really grinding the gears of the folk of the 13 colonies. And the price of tea turned their pockets inside out so much that they finally said a collective fuck you to the Commonwealth, threw a party with some boxes thrown overboard. So upon a piece of paper, christened the Declaration, 13 signatures to effectively say they'd rather have a large pint of beer. For after all, good old Benji Franklin, may he bless his soul, said that beer is the proof that the Lord wants us to be happy. If you thought this was bad, then it could only be worse in the wild, wild west. Every saloon in places like Deadwood full of garishly dressed prostitutes, high-stakes gamblers and failed sharpshooters. Every high noon, the sheriff that looks a little like John Wayne would face the man in black that looks a little like Clint Eastwood. And they take forever to shoot each other because, you know, they were both drunk like cowboys always are. The story must end, I'm sorry my friends, cause the storyteller's dead, his head smashed on the D floor, bro. Because to be honest with you, he sculled 22 shots of vodka.